So, I just decided to have a little fun with this video and talk about an idea that's kind of been stewing in my head for a while, and I just figured, how about I just talk about it here and, let you guys all know about it. So, the idea is, as you can see right here, it's a Gigan-based story. It's focused around, of course, one of Godzilla's greatest enemies, Gigan. Now, the idea I had for this story, and I've kind of want to do this as a comic. Again, this is an IDW comic that will never be, sadly. But, yeah, the idea is that this would be a Gigan-centric comic that would focus around... I wouldn't even have Godzilla in the comic, really. I don't think I'd have Godzilla in the story at all, because this would be a spacefaring story, and we don't really get a lot of cosmic stuff from Godzilla, aside from Monster Zero. And you could be saying, well, what about all the monsters that came from space? Well, they come down to space. We don't really get a lot of space-centric stuff, just a lot of aliens coming down to Earth to do shit. So, this would be a cosmic story. Now, the story itself, this kind of idea I had is that there's this alien race, and they're advanced, but their military isn't exactly strong, and they're, under the threat of invasion. And from there, one of their scientists discovers that, hey, I found something close by, and it's Gigan. They discovered Gigan is in, hibernation in a nearby moon or mining facility or whatever. They take him, they capture Gigan, and mind control him. Even though they don't have the best military, they have some of the best science behind them, and they use their technology to mind control Gigan, because why do you need an armada when you can have a giant kaiju ruling you? Now, the scientist behind this has a family, and his daughter doesn't really agree with what they're doing, because they're basically, taking away, they're more or less taking control of Gigan to do their bidding. They've taken away this creature's, central thoughts and whatnot to do what they want with him. To which the scientist says, yeah, we know what Gigan is. We know what Gigan's capable of. He's not a good creature. He's not like the kaiju on Earth that he's fought against. He's not Godzilla. He's not Jet Jaguar. He's none of that. His whole purpose... here's the other thing, because I know Toho gets very anal about people trying to make their own origins, which, amazingly, I don't know how they got away with some of the stuff in Rulers of Earth. But yeah, in here I have it that I'll just give little faint hints of that Gigan's origins are still kind of unknown, but what is known is that he didn't, he wasn't born that way. He wasn't born with the meat hooks, the beak, and the buzzsaw belly. He wasn't born with all of that. That was kind of formed, but nobody knows who did that to him. So I'd have it that this alien race is we know Gigan is just a weapon of war. That's all what he's always been, so we're going to take control of him and use him to defend our people. We're going to use Gigan to, use him in our military, and we're going to fight back against against our enemies. So that's what they do. They use Gigan. They get him to destroy, their enemy's military complex, several other places, and all's good. Hey, we got a kaiju. No one can stop Gigan. And then their enemies show up again with their own kaiju. And it turns out, went out and found their own kaiju, Orga. So Orga beats down. I would have it that Orga beats down Gigan in the fight, and the enemy of this alien, the other alien race, comes down. They just wreck the planet with Orga leading the charge after he defeats Gigan in a fight. So from there, this girl, the daughter of the scientist, she's the only member of her family that survived. And a majority of her of her people, while a lot of them did manage to make it off world, their world is just wrecked. It's a nuclear wasteland. They're down to about maybe, I'd say, less than 1 billion of their people on their planet, and they're scattered among the whim. They are literally scattered among the stars because they were so frantic of getting out there, and now they're being hunted down by their enemies. Who I'd have it that this other alien race is this group of just xenophobic enemies, and they don't, they hate everything else that isn't like them, and they just wanted to cleanse the planet of this other alien race, just because we see you as inferior, so we're gonna have Orga and our military hunt down your species until there's nothing left because we say so. So from there, this girl, again, I didn't really think of a name for this alien girl. She's still on the planet. Well, no, I'd have it that she's off-world with, she's an orphan now, and she goes back to the planet a little, now that she's a little older, she goes back in, like, I'd say her 20s, she goes back and discovers Gigan is still there. Gigan was badly beaten in his fight with Orga, and he's now, he's beaten up. His body was torn to pieces, and after Orga just wrecked him. So she's now a scientist of her own. She and her team that she goes back to the planet with, they take Gigan and upgrade him into his final wars form. And she's like, look, what we're about to do with this is going against is morally is just morally not right. I'm more or less doing the exact same thing my father did to Gigan, but what they did to my family, what they did to our people, this needs to be rectified, and I'm going to turn Gigan, but I'm not going to control Gigan. I'm just going to direct him at our enemies. So she has Gigan upgraded, and from there, Gigan just goes around just massacring this other alien race, just 10 times over now that he's, he's upgraded. And long story short, goes into another fight with Orga, beats Orga, takes out the other alien race's government, and now it's kind of even. It's kind of evened out, but at the end of it, she's like, I just became the thing I hated. I feel awful. So that would be it, is that this is a story of, that kind. I would even, like, the working title I had is called Gigan Vengeance. And yeah, vengeance, it would just kind of show that, that age-old thing of, vengeance can sometimes rectify that, vengeance is kind of a poisonous thing, but still, sometimes it can be a necessary tool as well. So that would be kind of it, is that I wouldn't make Gigan the hero, I would just make Gigan this force of nature as he goes around destroying this other alien empire and getting into a battle with Orga. So that's kind of the working idea I had, but just real quick. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of this idea? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? I just decided to throw this out here because, Gigan's one of my favorite kaiju, and I don't think he gets enough. Sometimes I don't think he gets enough love, honestly. But anyway, once again, really hope you guys enjoyed this. This was just wanted to throw this out here real quick. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a fan fiction of it. But I always thought like this would be just a really cool comic to focus on someone other than Godzilla. And I know, they did it in Godzilla Legends, but those are just one shots. I would make this like maybe if I could. I would say maybe a 6-issue miniseries at most. Yeah, it would just be a 6-issue miniseries focusing on this girl and Gigan getting their revenge. Yeah. So anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.